What I love about what you're doing is that you're not just making it about what's going on between you and him. You're making it about everybody else. As much as I would be devastated, I wouldn't blame Meri if she got tired of hanging on and she decided to give up. Kind of said to myself, you know, I don't really care so much about the romantic part of a relationship. I cared about whether or not he was a good husband, a good man. I cared about what I was going to give to my children.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday, October 26th, 2022. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Listen, I just finished this video where I talked about how Robyn is upset with Christine for like destroying her life. And I'm already getting a million comments from you on that. I'm like absolutely loving your enthusiasm for these videos. It's kind of hard to watch this content. So to get your reactions along with mine and to be like, I feel like a lot of times I'm just saying things and I don't even know how you feel. So if I say something and you agree with me, I'm like, oh, thank you, I'm not alone. I kind of feel like we're in this together. So there's another new clip, and this one is about Robyn saying she wouldn't blame Meri if she left the family, but then in the same breath says that she's glad that Meri is staying. Robyn is like mixed emotions, so many mixed emotions, so many mixed feelings, thoughts, so much confusion. And then I thought, if this is the rest of the series, the rest of the episodes, all going to be about Robyn and Meri responding, I'm going to be so bored. But then maybe we'll get a window into their delusional world. I don't know. And then this whole conversation morphs into their discussion about Kody taking brother husbands. And we're going to talk about how Robyn's all, Meri, I can't believe you stay because Kody's such a jerk. Then her admitting that she didn't really care about her romance with her husband and then turning it around to brother husbands in this whole video. Before we do, can you do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up? Also, y'all know by now, I am trying to hit 300,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. Can you help me get there by subscribing to the channel? Make sure you do on the way out. It's free and it'll give you more content that you like. Click on the bell so you can get notifications when new content is up, and leave comments if you have something to say. Let's talk about this brand new clip. Before we do that, I want to tell you something. I rewatch the seasons, and when I prepare a video for you, I often will watch an episode like 3 or 4 times, mostly because I want to make sure that I don't miss something. And first I get my gut reaction, then I want to do the processing reaction, then I want to do the analytical reaction. I want to make sure that I think of things at all angles and be as objective as possible. And I was thinking about Robyn and how she walked into this family. Did any of you ever notice that Robyn has this tendency to like cut off the other wives and act like she knows Kody better than everyone else and that she speaks for Kody? Did you ever notice that like she'll always be, Kody always says this, or Kody does that, or Kody's just like that? Like she's always talking like she knows Kody better. Like remember when they bought him a laptop for his birthday and he got really upset? And the wives were like super excited because they spent all this money and they would have never been able to afford this before. And then he opened it and he wasn't excited, and Robyn was like, I knew he wouldn't like it. Like she knew better than everyone else. Have you ever noticed her do that? If you notice that, tell me, because I hear this in this video as well. So this is how it starts out. They're sitting outside of Meri's house and they're talking about and processing Christine leaving. Christine has already responded and basically said that they don't have any say in her leaving and all of this is ridiculous to her. And Christine does not speak to these two at all anymore, just so you know. And Robyn is like praising Meri for legitimately staying in a loveless marriage. I told you in my last video, she's the worst friend to have in the world because all she cares about is herself. What I love about what you're doing is that you're not just making it about what's going on between you and him. You're making it about everybody else too. As much as I would be devastated, I wouldn't blame Meri if she got tired of hanging on and she decided to give up. It's not just Kody that she's leaving. No. Okay, so she's like, commend you for sticking it out in this loveless marriage where your husband at every single turn tells people, I don't love her. We're never getting back together. I don't even consider us married. We're not married. I'm never going to kiss her again. We're not dating. Meri doesn't get the clue. Meri could go marry another. He says the worst things about Meri. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not a Meri fan. I think she's very mean. And I don't know why. Is it from her upbringing? Is it from her directness? Is it from the way that she says things? I don't know. I just think she's mean. If you've read Becoming Sister Wives, Janelle talks about having to deal with Meri's like very difficult personality and how she's just not a nice person. And I feel that from her. I don't think she's nice. I think she's nice to you if she needs something from you. Some of you think that she's a narcissist, but then that would be a lot of narcissists in one family. And if there's a psychologist in the audience, how common is it for two narcissists to end up in a marriage? If you're a psychologist, can you answer that? Okay, moving on.
I was a single mom. I had 3 kids. My divorce had really shook me. I kind of said to myself, I don't really care so much about the romantic part of a relationship. I cared about whether or not he was a good husband, a good man. I cared about what I was going to give to my children. Like, that was my ultimate and biggest, most important thing.
This is so funny to me. Do you remember the very first time we met Robyn? She's like, he's my soulmate. I love Kody. And she was like googly-eyed and like crazy in love with him. Do you remember that? Do you think that this whole like googly-eyed thing was like her just trying to manipulate Kody to like be a father and provide for her? Some of you think that Robyn is sad that Christine's leaving because she doesn't want to lose the money and she doesn't want to have to work. And she has been a kept woman, 100,000,000,000%. Remember they tried to like put all their eggs in the basket and she was doing Sister Wives Closet and it failed to launch. They aren't doing it anymore. They're like basically giving away the jewelry. Meri gives it away in LuLaRoe stuff all the time. So she's losing one income stream for their family. So yes, part of it is income. But did she manipulate this because she saw an opportunity where she was like, oh, they're going to go on TV. Oh, we might become famous. Oh, we might make a ton of money. Or did she just see Kody and thought, I just want someone to take care of my kids? She said they were soulmates. I don't believe her. I don't know what to believe. Is she just really that manipulative? Or did she really think Kody was her soulmate? Because Peyton said that they were soulmates, but he also made the point of saying that his dad found his soulmate and Robyn found someone that would take care of her kids. That's a weird thing to say. Can't you take care of your own kids? She has a nanny. Why can't she handle her own 2 kids? Her 3 oldest are like, 2 of them are older. They're like Aurora and Dayton. They're not minors anymore. And then Brianna is about to graduate. And then why does she need a nanny for the 2 kids? I don't get it. She doesn't work. One of her friends said once that all Kody and her did was like lay around together. Does Kody just need her at his disposal for sexy time? Is this like a arrangement? Like she gets what? I don't believe her. Do you?
Kody used to say to me all the time, why do you have these emotions? When you know that it's right, that they're in the family, why do you feel like this? I'm like, because I'm human.
Jealousy, I think, is a fact of life. But something that I've learned in more recent years is that jealousy is not a bad thing. It's just an emotion, and you just work through the emotions.
I'm always trying to give him the other perspective. It's like
for some reason, the conversation completely switches gears, and I don't know how they went from you're doing so much stuff, I'm so glad you're staying, and I wouldn't blame her for leaving, to I just wanted a husband that was a good husband and a good father and that would take care of my kids, to Meri talking about jealousy. Robyn makes everything about herself, so I feel like we were talking about Meri and then we ended up talking about Robyn. Is she the only person that does that on the show? I don't get it. But Meri's like, yeah, jealousy is just an emotion. Of course it's just an emotion. That's all feelings are. She's like, you just have to work through it. But this cult teaches them that jealousy is like wrong and they can't be jealous because it's evil and they have to get through it and that'll lead to bitterness and they got to keep sweet and just get through it. Do you wonder how emotionally stunted these people are? Because remember how we said that like they don't seem very close because how guarded they are? Because they're told that emotions are like bad? Oh, I would hate to live in that world. I love to live in a world where I can scream and I can cry and I can be happy and I can be sad and I can be like over the moon and I can like have one husband. Now they're going to talk for some reason about Kody having brother husbands. I don't really understand
Like
this.
if someone else was in my life that you were having to share me with, you would be like a nutcase.
He doesn't like that. If I were to be giving attention to another guy, how would it make you feel?
The vulgarity of the idea of you with two husbands or another lover sickens me.
I've had this conversation with Kody a lot of times. How would you feel if the tables were turned? He's like,
And then there's, okay, so I don't understand, why did we go from, I'm so glad that you're staying, Meri, because you're staying for more than just Kody, to I got divorced, now we're talking about jealousy, now we're talking about brothers' husbands. Remember the season when he took Meri to to Mexico, and he told her it would be vulgar if she got a brother husband because she was feeling lonely? That was season 1. So I'm just like, what the flip? What the fudge? But in this world, they don't allow women to have multiple husbands because that's not the goal. The goal is for the man to become a god in the kingdom and for him to be the priest. So it's vulgar for them to share, but not vulgar for them to have to deal with him sharing. And Kody lives in a world where he doesn't have to have empathy for anyone because he is the top. He is the patriarch. He can just do what he's doing right now, where he blows everything up and he blames everyone else and takes no responsibility because he's the one in charge and it doesn't matter. He has like unlimited power. It's gross. And his behavior is gross. And I still don't understand why this discussion happened. If any of you know, let me know.
I think that, yes, if I didn't manage it right, I could be a nutcase if the roles were reversed in plural marriage and I had a brother husband. But I think she's missing something. The way guys bond. We'd be playing video games, high-fiving each other, and she'd wish that we were actually getting some work done.
I don't believe him because whenever it comes to like guys in his wife's lives, like my ex, he gets funny.
I just have to say this. I hate that they use the word nutcase. That's so ableist and it's so like old. Like, why do we have to say nutcase? Like, they always use these kinds of words that make me so bothered. Would he feel jealous? Would he feel rage? Would he feel angry? Yes, 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 yes. Can you see Kody sharing with literally anyone? No. And then his idea that he would just be playing like video games on the couch and high-fiving and drinking beer. When does Kody ever sit on the couch and just sit? When? He's always like running around and doing a million things. I don't see Kody as the kind of person that just sits on his behind and does nothing. I don't buy that for a minute. But she did say something that is very telling to me, and it's like a sneaky suspicion that I've had this whole time. So when Robyn and him got together, she had the 3 kids, right? And so one of the things that they said that they had to do was to get married so that he could adopt the kids because apparently they needed David to not be in the life of the kids. And she has claimed that there was DV in their relationship. I don't know at all. That's just what she says. So she says that he wasn't around, that he didn't see them barely, he wasn't paying child support, and so she was just going to have Kody adopt them. I don't think that the kids even really wanted it other than Aurora, because if you remember, Dayton and Brianna weren't that excited when they found out about it. But then I think, honestly, it was about making sure that he didn't ever have to deal with David again. So he wouldn't have to deal with the custody. He wouldn't have to deal with like having to deal with David in his life. So instead it's like, let's just cut David out by adopting the kids, making the kids mine. That way no one can ever take the kids from me. They belong to me. They're mine, 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 mine. And then I never have to see David because he's so insecure. Think about how frustrated he got about bringing up like Christine potentially having a boyfriend that might take the money of his. Remember that? Like how the fictitious boyfriend was going to take all the money and that he was going to take Truly and that husband was going to come after him. It was like he was describing himself when he was with Robyn and how he took the kids and he took the money and he took Robyn, kind of thing. So he is a jealous man. I believe he's a jealous man. And I believe that's why he can't stand that Christine's leaving, because the thought of Christine being with another man is going to kill him because he can't control things. And some of you say, like, why does he care about Christine leaving and but not about Meri? And I think it comes down to the fact that his relationship with Meri, I don't think they had a very good one. I think she betrayed him with the catfishing thing. I think that he believes he's a victim of that. I think that their relationship was like very headbutts, like they just didn't get along very well. And I think that because he's rejected her, it's different, but Christine rejected him. So because Christine rejected him, he's like the kid that won't let you go. He's like, oh, you're leaving? No, I'm not going to let you. But because he rejected Meri, it's like he doesn't care about her. He was rejected, so that makes him want her more. So if Meri would have rejected him, maybe the tables would have been turned. We will never know. But that's what I think it's about. And as far as Meri, I wouldn't blame her if she was going to leave. Do you really think that, like, what do you think isn't going on in Robyn and Kody's house? Because Kody's all like, she could leave, she can marry another, and Robyn's like, don't leave, don't leave. Do you think part of that is that Robyn doesn't want to be alone with Kody, or that she really believes in this, or she wants Meri's money? I think they don't. I mean, I can't believe Kody would want Meri to go, because Meri makes probably the most money now in the family. If they're in a like monogamous marriage now, Robyn and Kody, how happy do you think that is? I can't see any woman being happy with Kody at all. I can't see Robyn being satisfied long term with him. I just can't. I think for Robyn, this whole thing has been a game of how far she could go and how many people she could alienate. And now that she's got what she wanted, I think she's going to crack. And I think it's going to be the demise of their marriage as well, because Kody will do to her what he's done to everyone else. That's what I think. You know how it's like you work so hard to get what you want and then you finally get it and you're like, I don't want this? That's what I think is going to happen. What do you think will happen? Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.